What's up, YouTube fans, folks, average anglers? Sean, the average angler here, and today we got a good one. We are talking Chatterbait Secrets, and I've got a few of them that are worth hearing. You got to stick around, listen to the video. Look, folks, not every video is for everybody. Some of you are going to like some, some you're going to like the others. It's all cool. I'm doing the best I can. I'm just an old man here trying to give you some good content, some good ways to catch more fish. So we are going to talk about chatterbaits today. Chatterbaits. The first thing I'll say is I'm kind of a Z-Man guy, okay? It's the original. I prefer the blade to be connected to the head, okay? I just, the ones that have the split ring in them, yeah, they'll catch fish. I just don't think they work as well. And for those of you on this Friday afternoon, cheers. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get into the money part here. It is spring. It's March 15th, middle of March, right? Coming up on a full moon here in a couple of weeks. So a lot of the states in the southern end of the hemisphere, we're really going to see those fish start pushing. Here in California, as you can see behind me, it is sunny out. Look at that deep green grass growing on the hillside behind me, thanks to all the rain we've had this year. It is going to be a good spring, folks. All right, so chatterbaits. Chatterbaits can be effective just chunking and winding, right? Chunk it out there, reel it in. Fish will bite that. But there's other things to do that will produce more bites that maybe not everybody else is doing and that not a straight retrieve will work on. So we're going to go over a few of those. This is actually one of my favorites. It's not necessarily this time of year, but we're going to go over it anyway because you're here watching this. Let me give you some juice. This actually probably will work this time of year just fine. I haven't done it, but, and that's this, okay? That is a Zoom white grub on the back of the chatterbait, the original chatterbait. $5.99, $6.99, whatever they are. Okay. And with this technique, I cast it. It's a cover water technique. Okay. It's really probably more of a fall pattern. However, if fish are chasing bait, that's really what the pattern is, okay? I like to throw it in bays, spawning bays, shallow water areas, wherever that bass might hole up shad or whatever bait fish they're eating. I typically, this is a 7'5" Powell, no, I'm sorry, 7 foot 705 Powell crankbait rod. I don't think they make it anymore. They now make a 7'2". I like the 7 foot for this technique. I fish it on a Daiwa Tatula CT 6.3 to 1, I believe is the gear ratio, 6.3 or 6.5 to 1, and I'm burning it. Cast it out there as far as I can. 20-pound test, and then I'm just burning it in. But I will add, like you're hitting a jerk bait, with my rod tipped down, I'm hitting it like a jerk bait. When you do that, it makes the chatterbait dart off to the side, one side or the other, right? Depending on which way that blade's going. When you hit it, that blade's gonna jump 2 feet right, 2 feet left, and then it stops and that fish runs into it, pow. This has been a big fish technique for me. okay? Very simple. You can use a jackhammer. You can use the Evo. This one's an Evo. I don't overthink it. It's a pure reaction strike, okay? It is so fun to fish. They hit it so hard. It's unbelievable, okay? Now, getting more into springtime now, my staple is a green pumpkin. That's a 1/2 ounce chatterbait. And this is my preferred trailer. This is a Yamamoto Swim and Senko. This is the 5-inch. And they also have the 4-inch. Okay, but if you look at the tail, I really like that tail on the 5-inch. Now, I won't use the whole bait, and I'll show you how I'm gonna decide. This one's already cut down, but it was still too long for this. I'm gonna hold it up here, and I want that hook coming through in this thinner part of the bait, but before this little indentation. That indentation is going to help it swim, right? So thread it on. That's what you got. Okay. Good bluegill imitator. This is a watermelon red green pumpkin. I think it's like a 925. This is a great cover water bait as well. This Yamamoto Swim and Senko in that 5-inch kicks so hard right and left. It just creates a great profile, okay? Another cover water, but there's also some other ways you can fish this. So that's number 2. We did the shad one with the single tail grub. Now we're doing this one. You can also fish this down on the bottom, as well as the next one, okay? What I mean by down on the bottom is let it sit on bottom and kind of stroke it, right? Not hard, not fast, just pick your rod tip up, get it up off the bottom, get the blade fluttering, and then let it settle back down. It's a very effective way to fish a chatterbait that I think a lot of people miss out on. So that's 2 ways you can fish this. Now my one other, well, I guess this technically is 2, but I'm gonna give you my favorite first, which is probably dumb because then you can click off the video and not watch it. But either way, I don't care. My number 1 trailer, if I'm looking for a craw, is that right there, okay? The Rage Craw. This bait puts out so much action, it's not even funny. This one here happens to be, I believe, is PB&J. Color's not on it. It's PB&J. Okay, this one doesn't have a lot of purple in it. There's some back here, but and then you can kind of see in the claws through the sun. But this says 4-inch. You get 7 of them. Same deal, folks. Okay, here, let's pull this one off. I'm going to sacrifice this trailer, even though I might go fishing tomorrow. I don't think so. The freeway around me is going to be closed, so getting home is going to be a nightmare. So I may go Sunday. I need to go fishing. It's been a terrible week at work, and I need some decompression. Anyway, there you go, okay? Same deal. This is also gonna slow the fall, allow you to fish a little slower, but I would do the same retrieve. This bait is either gonna be a steady retrieve with maybe some occasional pops, and the bottom, and lift. It's really simple. It's just the rod kind of pointing at the bait, bring the rod up, reel down the slack as it goes down to the bottom, okay? Really easy, but multiple different ways, and you can fish that as deep as you want. This is a 1/2 ounce. I don't do this technique with anything lighter than a 1/2 ounce. If I'm doing a 3/8, it's typically gonna be with the Yamamoto Swim and Senko, a Hog Farmer Spunk Shad, or this is another great trailer here. Another Strike King bait, right? The Rage Menace. Okay, you still get great kicking action from those. The only difference is sometimes I'll rig this up so that it's like a bluegill tail swimming behind it, okay? So rather than rigging it that way, I'll turn it this way, right? Same length, everything matches up the same, but you get more of a bait fish profile with that. And it's not as wide, a little bit more compact, gonna be more kicking action, more of a steady retrieve, maybe with some slight pops in it. But try these. Oh, we got to go into rods, line, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So I showed you the 705, 20-pound test. Really no reason, if you're on a clear water impoundment, no cover, that kind of stuff, maybe you want to drop down. I'll drop down to 14. However, the rest of the time, this is my other chatterbait rod, and doesn't have a chatterbait on it right now. It's got a swim bait. It's a small swim bait, but it is a Tatula Elite cranking and bladed jig. 7'4". It's got some backbone. The only reason I use the 705, well, there's a couple. One, when I'm doing the jerk bait thing, I kind of just like the 705 better. Doesn't wear you out as much. Two, if I'm casting to isolated cover, just going to be more accurate with a 705 than a 704, right? Otherwise, anytime I can get away with it, I like the longer rod. There's more power in that other rod. There's plenty of power in the 705. If you want to know the new Powell, it's a 725. Plenty of power there too, okay? These are just my choices. Choose the brand you like. I'm not trying to sell you anything here. Try these things out this spring, folks. I guarantee you're going to catch more fish. Keep it simple. You don't have to buy the expensive chatterbaits. The $5.99 ones work great. Honestly, they do. The blade might not start up immediately like the jackhammer does or the Evo, but they work fine, okay? They got a good hook on them. They got a good hook keeper. They're gonna catch you fish. Thanks for watching. Sean the Average Angler, we out.